Hello, friends. See how we go. I am totally trying this out. We'll see how it pans out. I'm very curious. Things seem to be running okay so far. I haven't run this on YouTube before, but we'll give it a shot. And we'll see what happens. I'm kind of curious. All right, so I'm just gonna work on some Quilkin stuff. Let's have a look. See, of course the doorbell just rang, and my dog's gonna bark at stuff. That's just what's going to happen there. Let's see, is it anything I actually care about right now? Guess we're about to find out. Anything exciting going on outside my door? Don't know. We will see. You haven't hung out with me before. My name's Mark Mandel. It's good to see you all again. Something happened. I'm a developer advocate for Google Cloud. I work on open source stuff for games. One of the things I work on is a project called Quilkin. It is a UDP proxy for games. Well, actually, let's tell you what. Let's pop over here real quick, and we'll have a look. See. So that's a terrible picture. It's a fun little project. I like it. It's really kind of interesting. In that, here we go. What's a good diagram? Let's have a look here. Let's have a look in guides. I really like this. Usage. No usage. Integrations. Yeah. So you can do fun stuff with this. In that people can log in and have access to a proxy that you can then put in front of a dedicated game server. It does UDP packets, etc., etc. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop in. That seems fine. We'll see how we go. Anyway, we're just testing this out to see how things happen. And we'll see how things pan out. Just kind of curious. This is very much a test. Interesting. Stuff shows up on my YouTube page. I'm actually just poking around still too. This is still a bit of a work in progress. So I'm just kind of playing with stuff. So anyway, let's get stuck in. We'll see what we'll do here. It is very interesting. I usually stream on Twitch, so that's usually my my go-to there. But we're trying out YouTube, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, interesting. I'm just checking everything out at the moment. It's a bit of fun. Let's see what we do with this. All right. So, firewall configs. Actually, let's look at the ticket real quick. So I've got that up. Do I have that up here? No, here we go. Block list. Here we go. So we had some community members, and they're like, hey, it'd be really good if we had a block list and probably an allow list kind of scenario where we have these filters for UP packets as they come through. And I was like, that seems pretty reasonable. However, why have two filters? Let's have both why have both allow and block? We should really just have a firewall filter. So this is the configuration that we sort of worked with here, that we're sort of coming up with. Quilkin filters have this thing called on read and on write. So on read is when stuff comes into the local port, and on write is when it sort of comes in comes into the endpoint, if I remember correctly. Actually, it's a really good question. I should double check that. It's actually a really good question. On read on. Oh, you don't actually know. Ha. Yeah, let me double check that. That is actually an interesting point. Actually, well, I'll tell you what, I will come into our own documentation. I actually haven't touched the code in this project for a really long time. And so it's kind of amusing to see what stuff I remember and what stuff I don't. And I don't remember a bunch of stuff, so let's actually have a look. So inside Rust, we have a thing called filters, we have traits, we have filter trait, and it has read and write. Here we go. Read is invoked when a packet is received on the local downstream port and being able to send to an upstream endpoint. So it comes into filters and we have multiple endpoints. And then write is invoked in the opposite direction when a packet is received from an upstream endpoint and being sent to a downstream client. Cool. So if we talk about that in terms of integrations, it's actually kind of nice. So traffic from a Glean client going up to Quilkin server is on read. Traffic coming from a dedicated game server down into Quilkin and then back down to a client would be a write. Whee! Okay, lots of fun. Okay. So that should be very interesting. All right, so my brain is not working. All right. Just having a poke around still here too. I'm very not used to the YouTube interface. I'm so used to the Twitch one. So this is kind of interesting. There's a lot. It's a lot less going on, really. Trying to see what else is happening. Okay, stuff. Interesting. Okay, I don't know what a playback is versus a concurrent viewers, but okay. Anyway, that's fine. We'll just keep plugging at this. I need to do this work anyway, so y'all can hang along with me. Okay, so oh sorry, I was explaining what we're doing here with our filter. Okay, so here, so on read action, we're gonna have a series of actions that are allowed. I think it's going to be first match wins will be the plan. And so on read, so on local connection, if the action is allowed, so we'll let it through. If it matches, I haven't quite worked out what the we have an allow and then a deny, or a deny and then an allow. What happens? We'll see how we go. All right, so this will be fun. But we have an action, we have an allow, we have a source which has a CIDR. If anyone's used that before, it's like a way of specifying like ranges of IP, either IPv4 or v6 CIDRs. So this is like saying everything from, oh god, I think anything at the endpoint. I can never quite remember how CIDRs work, but they are the kind of canonical way of doing it. Ports can be either a single digit or a range as basically a string, and we translate that ourselves. Action is deny, so it goes through. Source is yada yada, ports, etc., and then endpoints is where data goes afterwards. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just setting up the config. There's sort of two types of configs we have within Quilkin, just because there's two ways of setting up. There's the static, which you see in the YAML, and then we have dynamic, which is sort of our gRPC interface, which is XDS powered. If you're familiar with that, it's a format used by Envoy and other proxies. We can get stuck into that if people have questions, which is fun too. All right, so all right, let's see how we're going. All right, so just kicking along here. Let's have a look. I've written the static config. So here we have a config. We have on read, on write. We have a series of rules. A rule has an action, which is either allow or deny. IP network is our CIDR setup. There's a nice library that does that for us, that we take advantage of, which is nice. And we have port ranges, which take a port of U16, which is how big a port range can be anyway. So that's all fine. And it moves through. So it actually works out quite nicely. I have written this contains function, right? Does it contain a particular port? Kind of also wondering whether rule, we might want a matches function on the rule. But anyway, I digress. In fact, I actually quite like that idea. We'll see how we go. It may not be necessary. It might just be nice to have. Got to decide how we want to do that. But the thing I need to do right now, we also have custom serializers and deserializers to handle that. If we have a look at, where is it? See how we did this dash thing here for the port range. We did some fun stuff in that too. Okay. So moving along, yeah. And if you want to get into that, drop a comment in. It's a project called Surd. It's pretty nice. Does the job. All right. So what I need to do is we have this proto file that's basically exactly the same thing. In fact, that's not even the right file. That's the right file. So we have a proto definition of exactly the same config. And we do, just because reasons, and we have some stuff in there, because we have both the XCS API and the YAML, and Rust is strongly typed, and it's really hard to like mung these things together in some ways. We have to define it twice. And we'd like to bring that together at some point, but we haven't quite got there yet. So that's lots of fun, but we will get there. Also just had a really interesting thought. I have a strong feeling that this is too small. I feel like this text might be too small. Let me look at my own stream. Because if that's the case, that's fair. Let's have a look at my own stream. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. It could definitely be bigger. So you know what? Let's take care of that. Settings, appearance and behavior, appearance. Let's 14. That's a bit better. It's always a lot better. I think 14 might be a bit much. 12 is better. And then if I go into font, let's also make that 12. That should be nicer for a display. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's easy to look at, right? Okay, so I should make a note of that while I'm sitting here as well. I have a checklist that I keep track of. Yeah, that's so much nicer, isn't it? Alrighty. So much nicer. Okay, now you can actually see what it is that I'm doing. So bear with me. I did say this was a test. I need to just mark that I'm doing this. Information. Dashboard. Really? I don't have a note here. I don't. Alright. Open IntelliJ. Set appearance to 12-point font. Set editor to 12-point font. Yeah. All right. That's better. Okay, just making sure I take notes as I go. I also moved everything to a new machine, so this is a bit of a test. See how we go. We're gonna see how we go. So okay. So what was I trying to say? The thing I was trying to say was my brain. The thing I was trying to say was okay. We have this proto definition. It's pretty much exactly the same. We have a firewall that has a rule on read, rule on write. It's repeated, so you can have multiple of them. Exactly the same format as before. Actions, port range, etc. Okay, so we had some stuff for converting one into the other, and oh my god, I can't remember how Rust works. Okay, so one thing I have done is I've already found the file in which this gets generated. So this is the generated file here. You may not be able to see it. I'm also noticing that my webcam has frozen for the umpteenth time. So let me change that. Nope. Oh, that's always fun. Boop. I gotta love it when you have weird issues too. Do. Nope, that doesn't work either. Oh, that worked last time. Yeah. I wonder if I turn it off and turn it back on again. Nope, that doesn't seem to be doing anything either. Oh, that's lots of fun. Anyway, this is a... If I switch, nope. Oh, wow, that's really fun. If I switch cameras real quick. Wow, that really doesn't work. Look at that. OBS is giving me a really hard time. Heh, and you get a terrible view. Then I switch over to this. And it does not want to play nice. Doesn't want to give me the right right output. What is going on there? When in doubt, unplug and plug it back in. There we go. That's really annoying. All right, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that and see what's going on there. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird, but I have heard of OBS having that problem. So we will keep a close eye on that one. Hopefully that becomes a fun one. All right. Yay! All right, but it's all right. We're working through all our issues. New machine, new OBS, new all the fun stuff. All right. What was I doing again? Oh yes, that's right. I was playing with some fun things. All right. So let's see what's going on here. All right, so here's this. I need to turn this into this. So value, proto firewall. Yep, I'm just looking at an example that I've used over here where I've done exactly the same thing. They call it proto config. We'll call it P. I like that. All right, so this will be fun. What does transpose to? Option? Transpose is an option of a result into a result of an option. Oh, okay. I can't remember how half of this stuff works. I haven't touched Rust in a really long time. So we'll see how we go. All right, so let's go through this bit by bit. So we have onRead, which has a vec of rules. Oh man, this is gonna be hilarious. Okay. So we have P dot. Wait, proto firewall. Proto firewall. Oh, IntelliJ doesn't know how to do any of this stuff. It's just really annoying. Oh. So P dot onRead. let rules equal. Oh, this again, I'll lose all of my fun things in here. Map. Rule. We'll call it onRead. All right, so for each rule, I'm going to need to... All right, what does a rule have again? All right, let's have a look. Each rule has an action, which is a thing. We have a source and we have a port. Okay. It's an interesting question. I don't know how self error is a convert proto config error, reason field option string. Okay. Doing a quick look. Not found, missing config. But we have a different type of error. We have a struct config error here. All right. So first thing we need to do is create a rule. That would work. Just seems like if I just want to check. All right. And I'm just going to return here a, what are we learning? A self, which is a config. Missing fields. Right, just give myself something that actually passes. I'll see if the external linter complains. We'll have both. I just know with how this works, it should be a bit weird. No one's bugging me. I'm not really seeing any views here. I feel like Twitch might be actually getting me better numbers. All right, we get some warnings, but that's fine too. All right. Where'd my mouse go? All right. Rule, add missing fields. So this will be fun. So that's going to work for a little bit. Source will be, what did we use the thing? Comes in as a string. There's a way of doing it. Where is it? Actually, we should rule dot. Now, give me this file. A rule has a source. Will that work? Or will it complain? It might complain. Method map. Right. Can I use the operator in a closure returns a filter for config rule? Which makes perfect sense. How did I do that here? That's a really good question. Look at some other config ones. Equal rate limit, maybe. config. I don't understand how that works. Right, that's fine. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But then you transpose. Give me Rust return error from map so I can understand it. So you can read the result outside and arrays will take care of the rest. Eh? I don't know. I'm very confused, actually. So wait. So when they say period, sorry, local rate limit, when you say map, it's possibly an option rather than yeah, okay. Oh, all right. Whereas what I want to do is actually convert it, and rather than turning it into like an option or something else. Okay. All right. I'm vaguely remembering how Rust starts to work here. Because if I look at here, where are we? Local rate limit. Local rate limit period is of type duration. It is an option, and so you're mapping on the option. Right here, if I look at compress is looking at on read of an option. Okay, so different something going on here. Okay, so what I want to do is, all right, then in which case I want to do something slightly different. Vec, perfect. Because I do want to map it. Pop, push, remove to a different thing. But if there's an issue, that would be bad. So how do I do that? That is a really good question. I'm actually not entirely sure. I don't want map a result. That's not what I want. Might fail the entire operation with collect. Oh, here we go. Implements from iterate so the result of vectors can be turned into a result with the vector once there is an iteratable terminator. What does collect do? No, collect. Rust makes my head hurt, but that's okay. Result influence from iter so that a result of vectors, vector of results, which could be used, can be turned into a result with a vector result vector te once result error is found. The iteration will terminate. So yada yada yada. Result vec underscore underscore strings into iterator. We map it. We parse it into the results, and then we collect it. Okay. What does collect do? Iterator and standard. Okay, here we go. Collect. Transforms an iterator into collection. Collect can take any iterable, turn it into a related collection. Turn one collection into another. You can take a collection called iter on it to run transformations, collect at the end. All right. So you can use partial temper. Okay. See if any of them failed. All right. So really, what I want then is, all right. I think I know what I need to do. Here we go. I just want to. Here we go. Which is a results type rule. And actually, we can just use error. Can I do that? No. Convert by error. And then what we can do then is say source. Yep. Will that be happy? Done something silly here. Yes, I've messed up something. Which is probably just some basic Rust stuff that I can't quite remember how it works. All right, not that one, not that one. That'll do. Rust map function. Function x customs 2. Rust map multi-line function. How do you do multiple lines? I've done something. I've done something silly. Map. Yeah, just like little simple ones is fine. Yeah, see, you can do lots of stuff. Oh, I know why. Because this should be okay. No, done something silly. Result rule, convert proto. Map error. I've got this somewhere. I saw this in one of them. Nope, that's test. reason. Where are we? Steal that again. Field. Done something stupid. Found statement. Let's. What have I done? I've done something stupid somewhere. Oh, I see my problem. I somehow managed to mess up a whole bunch of things here. Yeah, I've done something stupid. I might take this apart and put it back together again. Okay, yes. This should be here? Oh, I've done something really silly in here somewhere. Okay. I did something very silly. Dot source let's get something that works. I messed this up a bit, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, and my camera's frozen again. Look at that. Wow, that's really annoying. Fields, source. Let's see. I'm just gonna steal one for now. I just want something that passes. This is terrible. Don't do this. Oh, that's a rule. That's not what I want. Oh my. Alright, check this down here for a sec. Alright. What I need is a okay and a config, and we will add missing fields, and that at least, okay. Get us in a happy place where things are going to compile. I did something very strange before. I don't know what it was. Do-do-do. All right. Make sure nothing special is happening there. I have a meeting at some point today, but not yet. All right. Okay. See, here we go. All right, that's better. All right, and if I cargo Clippy and check to see what's going on, I just get those. All right. Just gonna commit this. All right, so we have something. Thing I'm trying to understand. Which is this thing. Salt implements from iter. Map it. Once result error is found, the iteration will terminate. Oh, that's my dog. Fail the entire optimization. Result implements fail from iter so that a vector results can be turned into a result with a vector. Ah, it's a result with a vector. Got it. Got it. Okay, so let's on read. We're just gonna call it actually, when they do it here, they seem to be able to do results vec underscore equals oops, I'm in the wrong spot again. Equal to I have p dot. Yeah, I was doing all kinds of weird stuff here. What am I doing here? P dot onRead dot map rule. Oops, I'm writing the wrong language. And what I will return is a rule which currently doesn't have any fields, but that's all right. Something like this. Well, actually, let's just get there. Let's get there. Get that passing, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so I want a source. Let source equal rule.source. Now, what happens with into? Actually, that's a good question. Rust into stand convert. Into type T, value conversion, that consume it. Yeah, that's fine. This trait must not fail. Okay, so we want to use trying to. Okay, cool. Perfect. Source dot try into dot map error. This is great fun without being able to see exactly everything that's going on. Now I had an example of this and I wanted to use it. And I think actually I had it here. Okay, so I messed something up in here. And I don't know what. Operator in line 142. I swear I'm very confused about what's going on. Also, my webcam keeps freezing. Which is loads of fun. Bring it down. Ugh. Done something stupid. Found statement let. Variable declaration list. The statement let expressions in this position are experimental. What? Okay, maybe I'm just being silly. Rust let inside map. I'm doing something that literally I shouldn't be doing. Or I should say, let Rust let inside closure. Which really means I need to define my functions. In a different way, which is also totally fine. But I feel like I've done something stupid here. Right, closures are fine. But what have I done that's not... What have I... Yeah, I've done something silly. Source will find the scope. Method not recalled beyond functions. Due to unsigned first trait rounds. Oh, man. Everything is just bad. Okay. All right, so everything is bad. There's less information you should see for the current script. What am I don't know what I'm doing here. I feel like I've done something really dumb. Also doesn't make life easy that I'm working with a data structure that's not picked up by this thing, by IntelliJ. So it also makes this really tricky. Path statement let. Variable declaration is the statement. Rust closures. Variable. Factoring using functions, generate workouts. So with a equals. I've done something silly. I've really done something silly. Ow. My brain hurts. Field option string. Where is? Oh, I see. Okay. That'll take care of one thing at least, I think. But this is... What have I done wrong? I guess I could inline it? Oh, crack my back. Okay, 142 here. That seems legit. I have no problem with that. Closure that returns a result or option. Closure that returns Boolean. Oh, this is so much fun. Have I done this anywhere? No. Just let me see all of this. That's in chain. Load balancer. This is killing me. All right, I don't want to do anything with this yet. That's the other thing. Like, Oh, I see why it needs that, because source is source. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Dumb question. Network. Is there like an easy one or just like a dumb one? That gives me a result. I just want a dumb. Try from. Actually, I had that value floating around. Just kind of unwrap it. Right? I just want something stupid. Give me something stupid that I just know works. And what I might even do is that. Get rid of that. All right. How's that? How's that? And that will also probably just move there. Oh, actually, we can. Yep, perfect. What have I done now? Okay. Method can be called on standard vec. Filters config option due to unsatisfied trait bounds. I can never remember. Map operation might fail. Would that work? That's error handling. This I don't care about. All right. Map, right? Like, why is this? Do I need to iterate? Vec of rule. Called on vec. Trait bounds. But it's a vec. What have I done wrong here? Done something stupid. Called on standard vec of filter rule due to unsatisfied trait bounds. Doesn't stand public struct vec. Doesn't satisfy iter. Do I need to like turn it into iter? Really? Yeah. Well, that explains a lot. So there's no map function. There's no map function. Since there is no map function, we actually can't do that. All right. So cool. That's fun. Ah, All right, so if we get an iter, then abstraction to iter methods and slices gives me an actual iterator. Which then gives me... Doesn't it give me a map? There it is. Okay. Okay. I don't think I need collect. Or do I need collect? Can never quite understand of one iterator into another. Okay, collect will turn it into the collection though. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, we're getting warnings, but we're closer. Let's push that up. Okay. We're going to dump the stream when we're done. All right, how are we doing for time? We're good. That's all right. All right, at least we have something that's vaguely working. Cool. All right, iter. Now, if I say source, let's say this for example, let's source equal p.source into I think that'll complain. Highly experimental. Yeah. I would like all right, so let me try one other thing, which is result vec rule. Does that work? I feel like it should. Expect to struct vec found standard results. But collect should that work? Oh. Which would mean then that this rule needs to be an OK rule. There we go. Let's see what we got going on here. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so I can't really do that. Missing on read. No, there was a good... Not that one. No, where did my thing go? Rust map collect errors. Rust by example. Error handling. Here we go. Iterating over results. Collect. S.parse will return a result. That makes sense. We will then collect it. Then in which case, what I probably should actually do then is this. And then do that. I think that will work. So rather than setting it up here, yes, beautiful, getting there. All right, that's starting to get there. That is starting to get there. All right, my camera hasn't reset. That is a good start too. All right. Getting somewhere. Okay. Whew. All right, I think I can get rid of all this commented code down here. I'm pretty... Oh, actually, there's this map error here. So my theory being, this is going to be messy. But why can't I set variables inside a closure? That's what I want to understand. Rust set variable inside closure. All right, I have that open in a bunch of stuff. Change the variable, Rust closure. I don't want to, no. I don't want to change a variable. I just want to create one. Rust by example. It's input parameters, type and input functions, output. Searching through iterators. It just seems like you can't break stuff out, which is okay, I suppose. Or we need to define our own function. And in fact, I have this idea. I actually have this idea because we're going to do it twice. Which is to say, whoops, to take, all right, so I'm going to need not just proto firewall. Where's that file? You can all go away. Where are we? Firewall, here we go, beautiful. I need a rule, proto rule. Actually, that's fine. Give me this. Yes, I will need that. That's fine. And I need rule. Ah, come here. Let's proto rule. Okay. Let convert equal function that takes in a rule of type proto rule and spits back a rule. Actually, a result of rule and done something stupid. Five. Rust let function. Rust define function as variable. Can do closures. Yes. Let f. Oh. Or can I just call it? Yeah, don't do that. Can I do it? Can I do it in here? Call it function convert. That seems happy. And then if I return a rule, just real quick. Doesn't seem to hate that. And then I can map convert rule. Cleaner already. Wow. Okay, that was fun. Doesn't seem to hate it. I do see it has some issues. Whoops. Cargo clipping. Let's see what we have to say here. Rule is proto rule. No rule in. Okay. That's a problem. No rule. Oh, it's in Firewall. Okay. Give me that. Alpha Firewall. Oops. Give me rule as proto rule. Try that now. Let's see how that goes. Oops, something's complaining. Convert rule from proto rule into rule. What have I done? What have I done wrong? Type mismatch. Expected signature of. Actually, let's have a look. So it doesn't mind the way I've done this. So if we run over firewall, proto rule, rule is proto rule. Right? Like it doesn't seem to be unhappy about that. That exists. It's in that mod firewall. Everything seems okay there so far. Okay. But whoa, what have I done? Can I? All right. Expected signature function filters firewall config Quilkin extensions filters firewall v1 alpha 1 firewall rule to something. Which I thought I'd kind of done. Convert rule takes in a proto rule, spits back a result. assume that's fine. Rust define function inside function. Function method one. Yep, I can totally do that. Okay. Don't have access to the outer scope. That's totally fine. Iter convert rule. Huh. What have I done here? Oh. Well, I tell you what. What is it going to give me back? Let's do that. It's going to complain about on read. I expect. Yes. It's still not happy. V1 firewall rule. Oh, maybe because it should be a borrowed proto rule. How do you do borrowing again? Okay, here we go. That's better. Still complaining a little bit. Don't know why. Which makes sense. It would make sense that you did that value doesn't get moved, that it's borrowed. That makes sense. Okay. Are we complaining? Doesn't look like we're complaining. We are not complaining. Oh, getting somewhere. All right. Getting somewhere, getting somewhere, getting somewhere. What time we got? 1:45. Because the funny thing is we're going to have to do this twice. So actually having it in here twice is good. All right. So now do this stupid thing. Oh. And it should be happy. Nope. Hates it. Okay. Try into found on string in the current scope. Okay, so in which case then let's do it this way. IP network. Try from rule.source. .map error. And that is just weird and wrong. Try that. That should be better. Nope. Hates it. It's not satisfied. I've done something silly here. What have I done? What have I done? Cannot infer type for type change on trait try from. Try from wants a string. It's not just stringable. Okay. That seems weird, but sure. As str should work. Because rule.source. Let's have a look here. Not you. Rule source is a. Oh, it's a prost string. Okay, yeah, because that's just weird. Got it. Better. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And then source. Becomes source. All right, messing around with Rust types. We are getting there. Fun and games. I would really like to know why my camera keeps hanging up. Does that work? Yes. Let's go amend it to this commit. I'm going to call it here. I think maybe many people have hanged out anyway, but it's totally fine. Thank you very much. Go check out Quilkin. I have learned cool things about Rust that I'd completely forgotten about, which is good. I am learning. Ah, boy, that was fun. But at least we're starting to get some movement, which is good too. Thank you very much for joining. You can see actually all my fun stuff right here. You can also see my webcam is totally bugged, which is great fun. So we'll keep playing with that. But I appreciate you sort of hanging out and seeing how things go and taking this for a spin, and we'll see how it goes from here. All right. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you all later.